Everybody loves Elroy. Everybody loves Elroy.
YouTube, what's going on, man? Y'all know who it is. It's your boy Elroy, and I'm back with another video. And if you saw my video yesterday, you know I went ahead and purchased the internal 4K 60 Mark II capture card. And I got it for one purpose, and that's so I can get the 120 hertz, so I wouldn't be locked at the 60 no longer. So it's very simple. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people streaming these days and making videos and so forth and so on. So if they ain't doing it from the console, they're using their PC. So I ran into an issue because I have a micro ATX motherboard. So the next available PCIe slot I had, the clearance between that and my damn graphics card is slim. So I would recommend making sure you have a full size or a bigger motherboard. That way you won't have no problems with the issues and clearance between the graphics card and your capture card, your internal capture card, right? Your 4K 60. So once you get all that stuff plugged in, right, and you set everything up, of course you're gonna download the 4K utility from the Elgato website, right? You do all that, you get everything set up. You really ain't got to do nothing within the utility itself. You just need it so your capture card will work. And once you do that, whether you're in Streamlabs or OBS, and as you can see, I'm in regular OBS, you're gonna go down here, you're gonna add another source, which is mine is already here, but you'll add another source. And I went to video capture device is what I used because game capture device didn't work. So I used the video capture device, clicked on that added source right there, existing source. You already see the 4K 60, right? Which was no problem. Then once I did all that, I got what you see here. Where is that? I got the preview of my PlayStation 5, but I wasn't getting no output on my monitor. So I had to dig around, I had to look, I had to find out what was going on. So default settings, my PlayStation picked it up as like something totally different. Like it had to reconfigure itself for the monitor or whatever it was I was using, but it wasn't getting out. So it was sending everything as automatic. So what you got to do is go up here to your settings. Of course, if you go to systems and go to HDMI, whether you're using a standard Elgato, whether the external or internal, you need to ensure that you are cutting off then the HDTP link. I mean, not the link, but the one below it. Cut that off or you won't get nothing at all. But once you do that, everything's good to go. Now, the problem I was having was, being that it's a 4K capture card, it was already looking for a 4K display. That's why I couldn't get nothing up on my monitor. So if you go down to screen and video, I went back, go down to screen and video, right? And you go to your resolution, which mine is already set to the 1080p. You have to change that because if you leave it on automatic, it's gonna think 4K already and you won't get no display. So you'll change it to 1080p if you're using the 1080p monitor. Now I'm not sure if it's gonna work on the 2060, the 1080i, the 720, but just for me, I know I'm using the 1080p. So change it to 1080p, bam, and you get your picture up. But that's not the only thing. When I finally got my picture, my home screen, everything you seeing was washed out. It was gray, it was dull. I don't know what was wrong with it, but like I said, it was just completely washed out. So what you gotta go to is go down here to these HDR settings. That'll be set on automatic. Turn it off. I don't know why I tried to recognize it like I had HDR, which this monitor is not capable of HDR. But once I cut that off, I was good to go. I ain't had no problems. All the colors and stuff came in clear and we was good to go. So, I mean, that was it. Now I had my picture. I had a display on my monitor. Everything was working. Then I had to figure out how to capture my game audio, or the chat link, the Elgato chat link, so you can get your game audio, you can hear your party chat and all that other shit, because the external has the line in port, but there's a workaround on that. If you Let me cut my display back on. You're gonna go back to your 4K 60 Pro, the source you just added. You're gonna go down to use custom audio device, right? And we're gonna change it to, no, I'm ahead of myself. Before we even do all that, on the back of a motherboard, standard motherboards, new, older motherboards, no matter, even all current motherboards, you have your audio lines in. You got the line in, line out, and a microphone. You want to use the line in. Now, on some motherboards, that line in will be black instead of the blue color, but you want to use the line in on the back of your motherboard. Once you get your Elgato chat link cable plugged into your line in on the back of your motherboard, you want to go to where you set up your 4K 60, right? And you want to scroll all the way down to the bottom where it says use custom audio device. You're going to go to use custom audio device and you're going to select that line in you just chose. And it was just that easy. That's all you got to do. After that, it's no problem. Everything is good. Everything worked fine. It worked just as if I was using, you know, my HD60S. And I ain't had no problems. And that's about it. If we go back to my PlayStation capture, I currently have Call of Duty running. And if you go back and look at your system settings, and it's for the purpose of why I did it, sound and screen, and you go to video output information, you will see it says I'm at 1920 by 1080 at 120 hertz. The sole purpose of why I bought this, it was the only reason why I bought it, so I wouldn't have to be locked at 60. So now I can see myself dying faster in faster frames. But other than that, that was all there was to it. You know, it ain't hard. It's easy. It's plug and play. Everything these days plug and play. Plug and play. You just gotta go, you know, mess through the settings a little bit to get your shit working like you want to. But once I got the line in working with my chat link running out the back of my PC, got my display right, and got the colors and stuff right, that was it. That's all you had to do. But now it's time to play Call of Duty. But y'all know who it is, man. It's your boy Elroy, man. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I drop another video or when I go live. Y'all know who it is, man. I'm out.